The transaction weight is all about signals entry sorting in portfolio trading. Because sometimes on some trading days, you have more entry signals. It depends to your entry rules, but you have more signals than capital. And because of this, you have to sort your entry signals. That's very useful. That's very helpful when you're doing backtesting, because of the results I show you in a few seconds, what I mean with this, and in practice, in live trading, because you know which signals to choose if you have more than allowed. It's problematic because from a statistical point of view, because when you put in some transaction weight to the system, you only have one equity curve. Of course, you have always one equity curve, but what you see is just one path. The solution for this problem is bootstrapping. In trading, you sometimes call this Monte Carlo simulations. We don't talk about bootstrapping today because too much topics for this short lecture. But let's talk about transaction weight and see how this transaction weight works in practice. And again, let's go to Wealth Lab. And what we haven't here is a transaction weight. We have just a simple exit and entry rule here. But as you might see here on the left-hand side on the bottom, here is the transaction weight block. We haven't put it in here. But what does it mean if you have a trading system with no transaction weight? Well, keep in mind this figure here, this number, 16.43. If we are now doing the backtest once again, and we haven't changed anything on the system here, everything was unchanged. If we're doing the backtest now, all the numbers will change. Okay, 14%. Let's do it once again. 15%. And if I'm doing this 100 times, we have 100 different performance tables here. Why? Because we have no transaction weight. And because we have a position sizing that says we can do 10 trades parallel. We can trade 10 stocks at the same time. Of course, only if we have enough signals. Here is the tab signals. Today, and this is accurate. This is signal date. You can see August the 9th. These are two signals, two entries for today. So today we have only two signals. And the two signals based on these rules here. But maybe on some days you have here 20 signals or 30 signals. I don't know. Maybe, in fact, up to 100 because we have 100 symbols in the S&P 100. And if this happens, if you have here a lot of entry signals, which one to choose? Because you are only allowed to trade a maximum of 10. And one thing more, the maximum of 10 at the most of the time, it's only when you start trading a new system. If you're trading your system for many weeks, months, or years, most of the time you have open positions. And open positions, we have here a holding period 5 days. So maybe let's look at the trade history. Positions, where can I find this? Yeah, here. And let's sort the open position to top. What you can see here are the open positions. And if you're doing this strategy for a couple of months, for example, all these trades are in fact in your trading account. You would have done all these trades. So that means there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The strategy right now is fully invested. And as you can see in this column, bars held, we have only a simple time exit with 5 days. So all the trades will exit with 5 days. It's a good example for the need of the position priority, because we have 10 open positions. We have a holding period of 5 days. As you can see here, all the closed positions have here 5, yeah, and so on. There's no 6 and there's nothing else. Only the open positions have less than 5. But we have this trade, Apple, and here we will do an exit today, because we have here 4. And if the new day, so today, the trading starts, we have also at Apple here 5, and so we have an exit at Apple. That means one slot becomes available. You can make one new trade today, but you have 2 signals. Which one? All of this you can trade both with this entry rule. So what you need is a transaction weight to sort the signals. This we are doing right now. We put here in a transaction weight. Oops. The default value is RSI indicator. What you're doing now is we say, okay, we're doing the entry when the price goes down for 3 consecutive days, and then please, WealthLab, sort my signals via RSI indicator with the lowest values. And let's put here some short look back period of 5 days, because we have here only short-term trading. And let's do the backtest once again. What will happen now? Of course, all the metrics here will change once again, because you put in some new parameter, a new indicator. Yeah. Let's see. Ready? Okay. So we have here now this performance, 15.8%. But because of the reason we now have a transaction weight, and this transaction weight works, of course, for the whole history of 20 years, the results didn't change anymore. If you do a backtest once again, all the metrics stay unchanged. Yeah? And that's, of course, good if you would like to develop a strategy and you put in some new indicator, and then you compare the old and the new performance with the new indicator, without the new indicator. And so you can say, okay, this indicator works, this indicator didn't work. If you don't have a transaction weight, the results are different with each backtest. And so it's very difficult to determine why are the results different, because of the different, because of the missing transaction weight, or because the indicator is good or bad. And that's the use case for the transaction weight. So of course, every portfolio trading system, every market portfolio system, to be precise, has to have a transaction weight. If you're doing limit entries, of course, you don't have a transaction weight. But with market entries, you should have, because then you have here your signals. Of course, the signals now are different from before because you have a different trade history because of the transaction weight. But now here you can see the weight, and it's sorted in this. So if you can do only one trade today because of your position sizing, you choose 3M, MMM. If you can do 2, Tesla, and you don't trade Target and you don't trade Qualcomm today.